What's up, good people? Welcome back. Let's go ahead and get started. We got the war that it ain't the one we've been talking about. But they're saying that this may lead to the thing that we've been talking about. All right, so we got to go back to the economics magazine. The cover of this magazine was going to give us the rundown for the whole year. There is the Chinese Prime Minister, Trump, right in the middle. He's the center figure of all of this, and these tariffs. Right? Believe it or not, I think this is a good idea. What Trump is doing, it's gonna hurt. Uh, some people in the beginning, but if Donald Trump don't fold, which I don't think he is, he's been having this beef with China for a long time, and it's usually in your second term. That's when you get to make your legacy. All right, Obama. If you go back and look, it was his second term. He started, trying to secure his legacy, what he's gonna be known for, right? Because every president is known for something. So Trump he's gonna shake up the world trade economics, and the way he's doing it. The first thing he did was put tariffs on everybody, and the stock market crashed. And then he came back and took the tariffs off of it was like 70 countries. Took the tariffs off 70 countries, well, let's say 69 countries, and left it on one, the one being China, right? And he raised their tariffs from what was like 30% over market value to 50% over. Then it got up to 80% over market value. Now it's sitting at 125% tariffs on China. Now China, in retaliation, puts 125% tariffs on the U.S. So we're in a trade war. We're deep in a trade war. And this is going to get interesting. And the reason why I'm saying I think this is a good idea is because, China. Matter of fact, here we go. I'll let somebody from Hong Kong tell y'all. Oh, this is a good idea. This is just funny, right?
What's your message to? Have you seen Donald Trump? Do you think he should step in?
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.
What's your message to? Have you seen Donald Trump?
Hey, one more time, man. This is hilarious.
Do you think he should step in?
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.
What's your message?
China is asshole. And from what I've been hearing, this is true. China is a bunch of assholes, and the world is tired of China. Not just the United States. The whole world is tired of China. They said China steal ideals. They steal your IP, intellectual property. Take it. Uh, you know, reverse it, make it theirs. You know, China basically got robots over there, but they're not really robots. They're people. They're people that work for less money that the people in the U.S. will work for. So this is another thing with the tariffs. So if you're in China, if you're American in China, and America put these tariffs on there, you went over to China to get that cheap labor. Now you can't sell your products to the United States. So guess what your ass gonna have to do? You have to get on a plane or a boat and bring your ass back over to America with your company. Which means this is what Trump think is gonna happen. He think it's gonna be more jobs, right? Bring the companies back, right? Put the tariffs on China. So anybody's over here in China, you can't really sell your stuff to Americans no more. So the best thing to do is get out of China and bring your ass back over here and bring the jobs. But this is the thing. And I didn't even pull this up. Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. This is the thing. We're about to enter the fourth stage of the Industrial Revolution. And what does that consist of? No human beings working. All right. Here we go. That's the first stage, right? Mechanization. All right. Water power, steam power. Then we build a mass production, right? The Ford assembly line, which George Washington Carver helped make. That's why they call everything that comes off an assembly line, right? Everything that gets mass production, mass produced, it goes through a plant, right? And who's the master of plants? It was George Washington Carver. Nobody did more with plants than George Washington Carver. So it's the second stage of the Industrial Revolution, mass production. So this is like early 1900s. This is the 1800s, right? Coming out of slavery. And you could, if you watch, if you're looking at this, you can see the moves, right? America has been making, right? Slavery's over because boom, we got uh, mechanisms to help with labor, right? Then boom, the assembly line comes along. And then boom, computers and automation, the third stage of the revolution, which we're in now. And we're believing heading into 2030 to going into the fourth stage, cyber physical systems. So there's going to be, technology, robots, AI handling the heavy work, right? So bring your jobs back over to the America. And plus, I got Elon Musk right here next to me, the technology guy, the technology guru. This guy's all about AI. This is what Trump is. This is why Trump got Elon Musk right next to him. Bring the jobs back, and you still ain't gonna have to worry about paying Americans because everything's gonna be automated, right? Remember, Trump signed that executive order to be the world's leader in AI. This is all coming together. It's all coming together real beautifully, right? So take a real good look at that. The fourth industrial revolution is upon us. That's what we're dealing with. Uh, Type in a WEF, World Economic Forum, because the guy name is, I do believe, Charles Schwab. This is the guy. All right, take a mental note of this guy. He wrote the book, The Fourth Industrial Revolution. This is what was coming down to technology. Technology. All right, so other weird stuff going on. We still got planes crashing. This is an old one, right? I got the new ones. We just seen a plane crash. This is today, 4 hours ago, 5 hours ago. Boca Raton, plane crash kills 3 people on board. So this was today. I do believe yesterday was the damn helicopter crash in the Hudson River. Another, you know, it was an airplane that crashed into the Hudson River months ago. This is when Trump first got in. So this has been a thing, right? And like I always said, Trump is the 9/11 president. He was the 45th president. 4 + 5 is 9. And then he's the 47th president. 4 + 7 is 11. He's the 9/11 president. That's why you see all these planes crashing. Planes crashing. All right. So this is weird. And I'm starting to try to wrap my mind around what's causing these crashes. What's the significance of all these crashes? Something is up. They're not doing this for no reason. All right. And the only thing I can think of, well, it could be China, but I'm trying to keep that on the low. But there could be something, like the Bermuda Triangle. I believe the Bermuda Triangle is a place on this earth that has an excessive amount of electromagnetic energy. And I think whatever is causing these planes to crash, I do believe it got something to do with electromagnetic energy. All right. And for some reason, maybe the earth is taking on more, or maybe it's coming from somewhere else. Or, maybe it's just a hoax with these planes crashing. But I ain't really supposed to say that. But let's get into it, man. I want to talk about the NBA, bro. I want to talk about the NBA. Oh, matter of fact, before we do that, let's see what Americans got to say about all these.
This is what I'm struggling with in America right now in my 20s. Why is everything so expensive? Why am I making more money waitressing than I would make using my college degree? I barely have a life. I have 2 days off and I work Wednesday to Sunday, doubling just to pay my bills. At 22 years old, all of my bills are in my name. I have no help. How are y'all affording housing? In Myrtle Beach, a 1-bedroom apartment is $1,500. How are y'all getting insurance, going to the doctor, getting medicine? And then some of us are trying to be TikTok influencers. Who knows where that's going to get me? Me and my boyfriend are saving, but we barely see each other during the week, and it feels like we're working our off for nothing. Do we need to move?
Oh, well, you got a boyfriend, so you got some help. It just seems like you're doing a whole lot of crime right now. I know tough times is rough right now, but young people, this happens like every 8 years, right? There's patterns to this life, and if you're paying attention, right, there's many distractions out there for you. That's why we keep on talking about distractions, because if you're paying attention, you can see the patterns come along, right? You can see where these recessions happen at, these crashes in the market. You could, if you're paying attention, you could time it, right? So that's why saving your money, right, is very important right now, because this is going to take a while. These tariffs, because we get a lot of stuff from China, right? We get a lot of stuff from China, and you know, China make the stuff cheap, and China, it's a lot of little parts, little nanotechnology that we need from China. You know, you can have something big like a core, but if you got to get your braking system from China, you know, that's gonna make you to make the car is gonna make it even more expensive. You need to get, any little small thing, bruh. You know, you're not gonna get it from China right now, unless they're gonna take and make everything way way expensive. But the idea of Trump doing this is he's like, we don't need China. You know, shout out to this dude right here. I gotta play it one more time, man. This dude is hilarious.
To have you seen Donald Trump? Do you think he should step in?
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.
What's your message to have you seen Donald Trump? Do you think he should step in?
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.
What's your
That is hilarious. Because they are. They really are. And somebody got to do something about it. And I think the whole world is kind of happy that Donald Trump is standing up to China. Yeah, somebody got to do it. And like I said, the stock market had crashed when he put the tariffs on everybody. And before the day had ended, right, I'm gonna say 5 o'clock is the end of the day. All right, because that's when the market closed. Before the day had ended, Donald Trump took off 69 tariffs. He took it back down to 10% and left the one on China. And then the stock market went back up. I mean, it blew up. So that lets you know right there. Forget every, individual person. The stock market runs America. Because Donald Trump, you think he would have backed down from tariffs on all them countries? Because he's putting tariffs on the extra countries. It's for China. He's trying to box China in. He don't want China to be able to, okay, we can't sell to America, we sell over here. Nah, he's putting tariffs on them too. If you think about messing with China, you got a tariff on your ass. So he has really boxed China in. There's really nowhere for China to go. And as Americans, we gonna sit tight. We gonna hold our hand, and we gonna wait for China to fold. We gonna wait for China to fold. We are not gonna be in a break. And the young people out there, y'all might not know, man, but you come from a tough country. You come from a tough country. I know we've been looking real soft lately, but nah, go back and look at old America. America in the 90s and the 80s. America's tough. I show you this little white girl crying and shit, but nah. We trying to get back to being tough. All right, tough. So, my guy, Luca, when he first got traded, I said, yeah, Luca is Luke. Is Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker Walker is Lucifer. Lucifer, the picture I showed you, why is it not up here? It's crazy. All right, we're gonna find it. Don't panic. I forgot about Kanye West. He's doing the same thing what Kanye always does, though. Lucifer, the paint, the fallen angel, Lucifer. His famous picture. He's crying. Father God, I've been betrayed. Like Boosie. He's crying. Well, this is the picture I showed when Luca first got traded. And I be damned. He got betrayed. I follow the NBA storylines, bro. They tell stories. I'm talking about it could be the JFK story. It could be an old ancient story. It could be a story. It could be about George Floyd. They're going to tell the story in a way for people who study the occult, because all the people who put these storylines together are occultists. So that's why you see Luca. I don't want to show the whole thing, but like I said, Luca.
Today marks exactly 1 month to the start of the NBA playoffs. There's a lot of basketball left to be played. Only 3 teams have clinched spots. There are lots of questions left to answer. None bigger than the West, where the Thunder, they have a lock on that top seed since Halloween.
Season in Houston, so you're onto something, but I'm not going to try to jinx my squad. I'm looking at the Denver Nuggets because if you think of the two or those remaining, the Los Angeles Lakers have the 3rd toughest.
Bro, I had no clue where that was coming from. That's why I was looking all crazy. I'm trying to figure out what the hell going on. They done messed up the dramatics. I try to make it extra dramatic. They done messed it up for me. Dang, all right. Well, anyway, Lucifer, the famous picture, he's crying tears. All right. He's been betrayed. This is like the ultimate betrayal. He is pissed. All right. So we got Luca going back home to Dallas, where he was traded from. That's what I was trying to get to. And I just found it weird. I found it to be a coincidence that this dude is crying like the picture of Lucifer. I'm trying to get a good shot of him. There you go. I mean, come on, y'all. Somebody let me know I ain't tripping. And I pulled this picture up as soon as he got traded, bro. Look at the look in his eye. Look at the look in his eye. I mean, it's the NBA, man. Nobody does it better. I'm telling you. Nobody does it better. But let's keep it pushing, man, because playoffs is here. The playoffs is here. I gotcha. Just look at how this might shape up. Playoffs is here. Here we are. First seed OKC. In the East, first seed is the Cavs. They waiting to see who they gonna play. I do believe this is wrong. Now, everybody know I'm a Laker fan, and we beating everybody. We really ain't tripping about who we play. It could be the Warriors. I don't think it's gonna be the Warriors. I got a funny feeling the Warriors are gonna lose tonight. The Timberwolves are gonna win tonight. The Timberwolves are gonna move from the eighth seed to the sixth seed. All these teams are tied up right now. From fourth all the way to eighth. Everybody's tied up. These two teams, I wouldn't really worry about them. I think the Dallas Mavericks are gonna win. They're gonna beat the Kings, and they'll move into the ninth spot. Then they have to play Memphis. So look forward to Dallas against Memphis. This is how it should play out. And they're going to play for the eighth seed for the chance to play the OKC Thunder and go home in the first round. All right. And I probably would take Dallas because there's been a thing going on with Ja Morant. Ja Morant and he's, pointing the gun fingers at everybody, you know. And the NBA warned him. Then he did it again. And then they fined him. And then so instead of pulling the gun out, he takes the pin out of a grenade, a fake grenade, and throws it into the crowd and throws his hands over his ears like, the grenade's about to go off. And so I'm pretty sure he's gonna get fined for that too. So I'm pretty sure the NBA is tired of Ja Morant shit. And with all these antics, he has set himself up to maybe get put out the playoffs super early. They're not going. The Memphis Grizzlies has no chance with Ja Morant doing that shit. The Memphis Grizzlies, I'm giving them zero chance to even make the playoffs. They're going to be the team out because the refs are not going to show the team no love, let alone Ja Morant. Ja Morant ain't going to be getting a lot of fouls, and it's the playoffs anyway, so they ain't going to be calling a lot of fouls anyway. So yeah, the refs are going. It's going to be something about the Memphis Grizzlies getting cheated by the refs, and they're going to be at home. I'm not even worried about the Memphis Grizzlies. They were the 2 seed like a few months ago, and now they're the 7th seed. So they slid that much. They're on their way out. The Minnesota Timberwolves have fought their way up. They're ascending as the playoffs about to start. So I do believe it's going to be the Lakers against the Minnesota Timberwolves, right? And I say that because at one time it was called the Minnesota Lakers, baby. So this little storyline is pretty interesting. Lakers versus the Minnesota Timberwolves, because they used to be called the Minneapolis Lakers because they had, unlike LA County, Minneapolis has many lakes. So that's why they were called the Lakers. Because they have lakes. LA County has no lakes. Oh, except for one. Except for one. And like I said, Lucifer. Lakers. Lakers. There's no lakes in LA. Let's just ask the question right quick. Are there lakes in LA? No, there is some lakes. 6 best lakes near Los Angeles. Yes, Los Angeles County has several lakes. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. They're not known for their lakes, though. Minneapolis is. This is what I was trying to get at. They're not known for lakes, right? But they are known for fires. And no, yeah, that's what I want to show you. The Lakers jersey, right? What's on the front of the jersey? What is on the front of the jersey? Authentic Lakers jersey. You see the Jordan symbol, but okay, that's the old jersey. It was Wish. This is so little. Bibigo. That's the first time I've seen it up close, right? So I don't even know what Bibigo is, right? But when I'm looking at it, I'm thinking Bible, right? So I'm probably wrong about that, which is cool. But in the Bible, there is lakes of fire. Remember the LA wildfires, right? The lakes of fire, right? Because I'm still trying to figure out It's Lucifer, Satan, and the devil, and all that stuff. So I gotta keep on doing some research about that. But anyway, Lakers, Lake of Fire, Luca, Lucifer, they're all coming together. And then January 7th was the day of the LA caught on fire with the wildfires. So January 7th is the day to use, right? So everybody know that's the important day. I do believe the Western Conference Finals is going to be a tribute to LA. And for the first time ever, we're going to see teams that's in the same state, oh no, same city play each other. And I believe the NBA never wanted to do that because you you produce a lot of money with the teams having to travel. And with the Clippers and the Lakers, you know, playing each other in a playoff series, it might go 7 games, it could go 4 games. That's a lot of money. The airlines is gonna miss out on, hotels is gonna miss out on, people traveling. So that's a lot of money to be missing out on, for the Lakers to play the Clippers. But I do think, in honor of LA, this year, the Western Conference Finals will be the Lakers and the Clippers. Lakers and the Clippers. The battle in LA. And then, okay, so if this plays out right, and I'm trying to stop. I ain't gonna say stop, but I gotta calm down with the gematria because, you know, it's just a little bit too controversial. So I'm trying to stop. I mean, I ain't trying to stop, but I'm just not trying to do as much on here because, these people tripping, bro. Okay, so the way I'm looking at it, this is to me the most important word in sports is Catholic. All right. Just the other day, San Antonio Spurs beat the Golden State Warriors, and it was 71 days after Greg Popovich, Coach Greg Pop, birthday. 71 days after his birthday, and they, the Spurs won. Spurs got that win. Now, this is my belief. I believe that the NBA Finals is going to be the 3-5 matchup. All right. So the 3-5 matchup, if we take a look right here, now this might not be how it ends up being. All right. So the 3-5 matchup, you could have, like I said, I believe it's going to be the Clippers versus the Lakers in the end of the day. All right. I believe the Clippers can take out OKC and the Lakers can take out the Rockets. And then, both of them win their first round. Second round, the Clippers versus OKC. And then second round, Lakers versus Rockets. And then we got Clippers, Lakers for the Western Conference Finals. All right. And I believe over here in the Eastern Conference, I'm not really digging the Celtics this year. I picked the Celtics to win it all last year, right? Pick up their 18th title, but we were seeing 18s everywhere. All right. Shout out to Taylor Swift. But this time around, I'm going to go with the other green team, which is the Milwaukee Bucks. All right. And the Super Bowl has something to do with why I'm picking these teams too, right? The Los Angeles Lakers, Angel. Right? The Eagles won the Super Bowl. And I apologize for anybody who already heard me talk about this, right? Eagles and Angels is the same thing. Angles. All right. Eagles and Angles is the same thing. Pretty much. 22, 22, 32, 32. All right. The N in the N in Angels is pretty much the same thing as the E in Eagles. All right. So that's why they match up on the reduction. But okay, so that's why I'm picking the Los Angeles Lakers to win the title this year. LeBron goes 5-6 in the playoffs. I told people a long time ago, LeBron, if he make it to the finals, he's gonna win. right? If it's not in the script for LeBron James to not win a title, he's not going to lose it in the finals. He's just not going to make it to the finals because his record is going to have to be 5-6. All right. If you look at the date when the NBA finals start, is June 5th. You could put the 5 in front of the 6. You could put the day in front of the month. A lot of people do it around the world. That'll be 56. That's 5-6. LeBron's gonna go 5-6 in the finals. And then King Charles, right? Who's LeBron's directly connected to King Charles, right? King James was the father of the King Charles in history, right? King James that wrote the Bible. He had a son named King Charles. So as you see, King Charles the third coronation was a historic event that took place at Westminster Abbey on May 6, 5-6. Right, King Charles, King James, directly connected to each other. May 6, 5-6, and that's Chris Paul's birthday. But May 6, 5-6. LeBron should go 5-6 in the NBA Finals, right? So, like I was showing you, the most important word in sports is Catholic. All right, and I'm saying the number 35 should be our number. All right, 35. So it could be the Knicks versus the Clippers. All right, probably not gonna happen. I'm looking at the Lakers versus the Bucks. Lakers get the third seed tonight by beating the Rockets, and then the Bucks pretty much are gonna lock up the fifth seed. All right, so this 3-5 matchup. I do believe this is gonna be the NBA Finals. I know people are worried about Damian Lillard, right? But I love the NBA, man. So it's hard for me to talk bad about it. But these dudes fake entries all the time, man. To make it seem like, because the numbers isn't more important than anything else. Right? That's why the Cleveland Cavaliers are probably going to end the season with 64 wins. Because if you type out NBA, it's 64. Right. So a lot going on. Man. A lot going on. Yeah. Get back to this. The Nuggets fired their head coach. I believe they're out of it. I would have loved for them to keep their head coach because their head coach plays Russell Westbrook, and Russell Westbrook he used to be a Laker, so all the Lakers fans know you don't want Russell Westbrook in the game in the fourth quarter. And the Nuggets fans just found that out the other day when this dude had a wide open layup and just smoked it, and then he comes back down and fouls a 3-point shooter, and they lose the game. So you know the Nuggets old coach Mike Malone, he would play Russell Westbrook. He want to play veterans. He don't want to play the young guys. And then the new management over there at the Nuggets, they're like, no, play the young guys. Forget Russell Westbrook. So there was a conflict of interest. So this coach gets fired. Memphis Grizzlies, they fired their coach. I do believe these coaches getting fired is because Greg Popovich, who is sick right now, I do believe he's about to retire. This is his last season, so in honor of him, they're firing coaches. Coach. All right. You might want to type that word in the gematria there. Just coach and see what come out. Because it seems like this is going to be about coaching. Right. So yeah, I like the 3-5 matchup, man. So let's see what's going on tonight. Because it's a big slate of games. Yeah, I know everybody's worried about Dame Lillard. Estimated return 419, just in time for the playoffs to start. So he's trending in the right direction to play. This is my pick to go to the NBA Finals. It's the Bucks and the Lakers, right? And they will have to go through the Clippers and the Cavs for this to happen. in the scenario I'm playing out in my mind, I believe this is the most likely outcome. Continue to trend in the right direction. So he's getting ready. He's almost back. He got diagnosed with a blood clot in his right calf on March 25th. He recently gained clearance to participate in some basketball. So Damian Lillard will be back, right? And then the Bucks will be sitting at that fifth seed. So I do believe in the finals we're gonna see that 3-5 matchup in honor of the Catholic Church. That should be how this plays out, right? Detroit, a lot of these games, these are some big games. All these games is big. Milwaukee really needs to win. They can get their 47th win or their 35th loss. Detroit, these games are just too tough. Detroit is the favorite, though. I will roll with Milwaukee to win that game. The Pacers in Orlando. Orlando need to win better than the Pacers do, so or worse than the Pacers do. So I will roll with the Orlando Magic. Um, yeah, this is a wrap right here. This is a wrap. Miles Bridges out, LaMelo out. This is a 19-point underdog. I think we can do one, right? Because this would be crazy. Nah, man, we ain't doing that, bro. We ain't doing that. I'm pretty sure this is a big underdog, man. 11-point underdog right here. Somebody is gonna get upset because there's a lot of games, bro. I don't even know how many games it is. Let's see. Lakers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 games. Now, okay. So this game come on at 10:30 right here. I would say if you want to get a guarantee, I don't want to guarantee nothing. A lot of these players is out. It don't look like the Rockets are going to try. The Lakers are a big favorite to win. I'm pretty sure the Lakers should get this win. So this don't even really matter. They set it up like this for a reason because the 15 total game. So that means the home teams could win 10 games, and then you got the road teams winning 5 games. But it gotta, whatever the number is, it gotta make sense. All right. So 10 and 5, it really don't do nothing. 9 and 6, then you go 8 and 7. I can't see it falling because usually the home teams are gonna win. Oh man, the Portland is giving up. Portland's not gonna try today. That is very disheartening. So if I'm not even gonna lie to you, I mean Portland was the team I was rolling with to get the upset today, but to be honest with you, because I would rather see it's something like this. A 21-point underdog, they're gonna lose. So I'm not even gonna bother with that. I'm trying to see who really got a good chance to get an upset. Scotty Barnes is playing today. This would be 3-1-5. If Toronto wins, this would be 3-1-5. Man, I'm sorry, y'all. I want one of these big these big games. I want Brooklyn to beat Minnesota, and I pick it. It's a good one right here. I think this might be the one right here, y'all. The Washington Wizards. The only problem is, I'm pretty sure the Washington Wizards are going to end up with 64 losses because, like I just showed you, if you spell it NBA, it's 64. So I know Washington is going to end up, but I'm pretty sure they got 2 games left. So, and Washington, they got a good team. They're not a Jordan Poole's out, so that makes me not even want to do that. But Chicago's not that great. They're in the play-in, so they could be beat. The New Orleans Pelicans, 15-point underdog. There's some money here somewhere. One of these teams is gonna get upset. There's a guy on Alvarado might play, but all these other guys, these are G League guys. I don't even know these guys. All right, most of the team is out. They got a lot of people out too. Well, not really. Oh man, 2-1-6. Pelicans lose. Yep, the Pelicans are gonna lose. So it ain't the Pelicans. It's not the Pelicans. So some of these, the Charlotte Hornets beat the Boston Celtics would be crazy. They're 19-point underdogs. I cannot see it happening. Miles Bridges is out. I like Nick Smith, kinda. Is this the guy I'm thinking about? Nick Smith Jr. Yeah, this guy can play, but he ain't that good that he's gonna walk in there and beat the Celtics by himself. Mark Williams, 7'3" guy. Let's see if this 261. I'm trying to find a good. I don't want to because there's a lot of games, so I'm just trying to narrow it down to a good game, and we can just go in there and see if we can find some value, right? But a lot of times, man, I'll look at this and the numbers will look good, but then you'll see a lineup like this, and I know most of these dudes don't get no playing time, right? But there's always that chance that you can have a Jeremy Lin. Like I didn't nobody know who the hell Jeremy Lin was until he made a name for himself. Somebody's gonna make a name for themselves tonight. 261. Okay, I'll do this because the Boston Celtics could be 60-21, so that'd be 6-2-1. 6-2-1 hit. We'll just move on from there. If 6-2-1 got a prime number or something crazy with it, we'll just move on. 59-22. 59-22. All right, let's do this. I don't want to waste a lot of time on a team that I pretty much know they're not gonna win this game, man. Let's do Hornets versus Celtics. Let's do the history of it. Let's see if any crazy numbers pop up. Hornets versus Celtics. History. We trying to line our pockets, man. Celtics should win. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. The Celtics are at home. They get their 42nd win or a 22nd loss in the regular season. 79-40. Yo, this is my thing. If the Hornets win, they can pick up their 50th win all time against the Celtics. And so this will look like we lead the zeros out. Yeah, we lead the zeros out. Okay, my bad. We lead the zeros out. So if the Celtics win, they'll pick up their 81st win. 81 is reachable. That's a beautiful number. If they lose, Hornets pick up their 50th win. We lead the zeros out. That's 80, 50. Lead the zeros out. It's 8-5. And if you spell out basketball, it's 85. And then there goes the 22. 22. Should we take it? I mean, you probably only got to bet like $5. They're such huge underdogs. But I don't like to blindly bet. Let's look at Joe Mazzulla. I mean, there's something there, but I don't like to. I like to know. Joe Mazzulla. He's born June 30th. Let's do that right quick. He's born June 30th. 285. It might be Philly, yeah. We are on the 101 day of the year. That is a 26 prime. 26. God, the God number. And you know what's funny is this is the Freemason pillars, right? 2 pillars with the 0 in the middle of it. This is the best number to represent the matrix. Right? This is the binary code too. 101. It's the best number to represent the matrix. Right? 2 pillars with the 0 in the middle. The 0 is feminine, with the 2 male guardians on the side. I'm getting into some esoteric stuff. Let's get back into the damn sports, man. 26 prime. You know what? Because Queen is 26 too. And a Queen City, there's only a few of them, only a handful of them. Queen City is Charlotte. There's a few NBA teams that's known for the number 26 and the number 101. The Philadelphia 76ers is one of them. The Pacers is one of them. And the Charlotte Hornets is the other. Associated with this number 26. So, are the 76ers playing today? I don't think so. Yep, they are. And they're underdogs too. They could get their 25th win today. Sitting at 56 losses. Okay. The Pacers aren't playing today. The Pacers are not playing today. So we got Charlotte and Philly. Out of 15 games, I narrowed it down pretty quick, didn't I? That's all I needed to see was this. Day of the year, 101. It's one of my favorite numbers right here. If you type out Philly, it's 101. All right. 26, the God number. Got a few teams associated with that. Let's see what the moon gonna be doing tonight. That might help us out too. 98%. That's another Queen number. Because remember, the Queen died September 8th, 9/8. April 11th. Rest in peace to brother Steve Coakley. He died April 11th. April 11th, 4/11. If you used to dial information back in the day, that's the number 411. Instead of 911, 411 to get information, right? And nobody had more information back in the day than Steve Coakley. So it's very curious that he died on April 11th, 411. 98%. This is kind of pointing me back to the Charlotte Hornets. Queen Charlotte. That's why it's a Queen City. Joe Mazzulla. All-time coaching record. He can get his 77th loss. Let's go Jason Tatum. Win-loss record, let's go at home. This is going to be an outstanding number. As a career home win-loss, he could get his 84th loss. 194th loss, 392nd win. There's this coach, the coach for these new coaches, man. I don't even be knowing their names. The coach for the Hornets, because there's no superstar to really go off of, so we got to go off this guy, Charles Lee. 40 years old, born 11/11, November 11th. From Washington, D.C. So let's take November 11th. See what we come up with. November 11th to the day. $151. The 36 prime number. Hold on, wait a minute. They ain't nowhere near 36 wins. So I don't know what I was thinking. Okay. Let's go 2025. 214. I don't like it. I don't like it. Let's use Jason Tatum. Birthday. His birthday. He got that master number. 33. March 3rd. 33. 39 days. $39 days. 326. Didn't we just see 326? Or am I tripping? Yeah, I think I'm tripping. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not. I wouldn't do it. Because I don't even know if this is real or not. What this is, because I would rather click on it. Jason Tatum home record. We need the all-time home record. Okay, yeah. He could get his 84th loss. Let's see something right quick. Not looking good. Something is up. 214. I don't see how he got that record. Has a record of 2013 of 20-13 at home. That makes no sense. I'm pretty sure they play way more games than that. It should have played. It should be close to 40 games. This is 33 games. 39 days after his birthday. I mean, Joe Mazzulla. Let's go from Joe Mazzulla's birthday. It was June 30th. Did we already do it? $80 days. Yeah, it's 80 days. It's 80 days, yeah. I mean, it's a risk. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't spend a whole lot of money doing it, but 80 days after Joe Mazzulla's birthday, the Boston Celtics can stay on 80 wins against the team that they play, the Charlotte Hornets. Charlotte Hornets win, this will be 50, which will look like, because we leave the zeros out, it'll look like 85. And 85, you type out basketball, that's the basketball number. Along with 22. Hornets win, they can pick up their 22nd loss. I'm saying it's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee. It definitely is not. See, this could be 261. Now, if this would hit, but I already checked this. So that's why I already had dismissed them earlier. 261 don't really hit on nothing. I'll tell you one more thing we could do. And this is going to be a big number. This is going to be a big number, yeah. Charlotte Hornets, right? Hornets all-time road record. Now, this is where I get in trouble at. This is where I get in trouble at. Hornets record all-time on the road. So, we need the Hornets to pick up their 475th road victory. 475. 475. So what we're going to do is we're going to break out all our ciphers. Right? Standard. Latin. Latin used to be Jewish. They changed it. All right? Probably, I don't know why. Sumerian. Sumerian is one of the oldest civilizations. Reverse Sumerian still, because Sumerian is one of the oldest civilizations, right? We get a lot of information from the past. All right, so satanic, I don't think we got to explain why we use it satanic, because, more than likely, the people who put this together, they call them satanic. All right. Well, like I said, they try to make what used to be sacred, they try to make you scared of. 2 words or what is it, anagrams of each other. Okay. What was the magic number again? 475. Boston. You got 472. 475. That's the number we need. Let's try it. All right, not looking good. Three 1-6. I was hoping that 261 would have popped up too, but it just ain't looking good, man. 363. I'm pretty sure that coach is a first year coach. So whatever the record is for the Hornets, that's his record. I could be wrong. He could have coached last year. I don't even see this guy now. Okay, Hornets coach right here, Charles Lee. I was not trying to do that. We got his birthday, right? Came out to 80. It's very hard for my basketball mind to say that the Charlotte Hornets are gonna beat the Boston. It's just I can't see it. I cannot see it. And now I'm kind of mad because the team I was rolling with wasn't even thinking nothing about it, bro. I just knew this was happening. The Golden State Warriors. I had them losing to the Blazers, but now I look at this lineup. I'm like, no, there's nobody like this dude right here, Anthony Simons, would have to play. He would have to play. He might play. So that's good news. He can ball. This guy right here, Avdia could play. Jeremiah Grant, one of the highest paid dudes on the team, like he needs to play. I don't see why they're just. You're not going to the playoffs. Why are y'all sitting people out? This is retarded. This is stupid. I'm sorry. 35-46. Damn. Yeah, this is a loss for the Portland Trail Blazers. Now that I'm looking at it, that ain't the one. But you guys, I got a feeling it's gonna be a big loss too, and I want a piece of. I want some of that. I want a piece of that bread. I want a little bit of that money. There's 15 games, so many games to choose from. You could just sneak in, get you one, get up out of there. Man. Trying to parlay it, all this is going. See, that's the thing now. That's the thing. A parlay is gonna get busted up. Somebody is thinking, somebody's filling out a FanDuel sheet right now, and they're thinking, I'm about to hit all these, right? I'm about to hit all these. Ain't no way OKC's gonna lose to Utah. They're thinking, ain't no way Blazers gonna lose. The Warriors are gonna lose to the Blazers. No way. Brooklyn's gonna lose. One of these teams, I'm telling you, it's about to lose. It's gonna be an upset. Somebody's not making the playoffs who think they are. Somebody's about to get humbled. And I'm trying to make sure it's not me. If I got to, from basketball wise, I would say this is the best, but getting your 18th win against the Chicago Bulls, do we like that? Not really. Not really. They are playing in Chicago. Yeah, I don't see it happening. Damn. Damn, y'all. Let's do this. This is gonna be a really big number right here. 1194. Type of Warriors. I hit the other day with this 375. Chris Paul. This was the San Antonio game with the Warriors. Chris Paul picked up his 375th win all time on the road or at home. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, he picked up his 375th win against the Warriors the other day. So, Golden State. And one more thing I got to do, y'all. I need to see Chauncey Billups. So another thing I noticed about the NBA, a lot of these players got the same birthday. Just like Chauncey Billups is the coach for the. That's another 39 right here, yeah. And we just seen Jason Tatum with the 39 for his birthday. From his birthday to the day, he got 39 in it. So yeah, this is Chauncey Billups, the former point guard for the Detroit Pistons, and this is his birthday, September 25th. Turn around, the starting point guard for the Detroit Pistons now, today in 2025, this is his birthday too. This is Cade Cunningham's birthday too. So Cade Cunningham got the 39 too. 198. Let's see something right quick. Cade Cunningham. Yeah, he's playing tonight. Ain't got nothing to do with 39 though. So I think Detroit gonna win. It's 46-35. Like I said, the important number to sports is Catholic. I mean, important name, important word. And if you spell out Catholic, it's 71, 35, and 46. So Milwaukee might take a L tonight, which is cool. I think they're still gonna be the 5th seed. That's what I'm worried about. Whoever gets that 5th seed, that's what I'm taking. Bring us home, man. And I can't harp on this Charlotte Hornets game too much because I don't want nobody to be like, "Oh, he told me to put $100 on Charlotte because they're gonna win." No, we checked, we went through it. Nothing really stood out crazy. This lineup sucks. So you know what? But I'm gonna be back tomorrow because I almost can guarantee there's gonna be an upset. You know, and like I've said, I want a piece of it. Somebody's parlays gonna get busted up. Parlays get busted up every day. People think they got this shit down pat. And so instead of me parlaying, I just want to get the game that's the parlay buster. The game that's the parlay buster is the game that's going to be, that's going to be a major upset because most of the people, they don't look for upsets. I do. That's all I'm looking for is upsets. All right. I heard this Kanye West song, man. It was trash. Kyle Bianca, he's begging for his girlfriend to come back. He's doing stuff with swastikas, and he's still back going against the Jews, but he don't never say Zionist. He never says Zionist. He never says the word Zionist Jews. He just, but he's a puppet too, man. This dude right here, I want everybody to keep an eye out for this guy. This is the Vice President, J.D. Vance, right? Like I said, if you look at the Denver Nuggets logo, it's Skull and Bones logo, right? The Denver Nuggets won a championship in 2023, and it was after 47 years. So the number 47 was big with the Denver Nuggets, right? The 15 prime number is the number 47. Nikola Jokic wore the number 15. So did Carmelo Anthony wore the number 15. And then I got to bring this up too. That name. That name, bro. Carmelo Anthony. Come on, y'all. It's looking like they're going to turn this into a race thing too. Texas DA reveals whether teen charged with killing high school football star Austin Metcalf. So this guy that was at a track meet, and the guy Austin Metcalf walked over to Carmelo and was trying to get him out their tent because he wasn't supposed to be there, and I guess he put his hands on him to physically move him out the tent, and ended up getting stabbed. So this is a thing that's going on. And I just find it weird that the kid name is Carmelo Anthony, and like, bruh, there's news about Carmelo Anthony, like big news. Where's it at? It ain't about the jersey retirement. No, Carmelo Anthony is about to get the highest honor in basketball. Carmelo Anthony reportedly into the Hall of Fame career. He's going to the Hall of Fame. All right, so I just find it weird that a kid with his pretty much his exact name, just one letter change. All right, and that letter being changed, that made me want to type it out. See if I see anything crazy. Because this I don't think this story gonna go nowhere, man. Carmelo Anthony with the 64 and the 71. But I'm gonna do some more digging because this, like I said, the story it's not going nowhere. It's gonna be there. So yeah, I was running down to 47 and saying so. So I knew it was going. Joe Biden wasn't going to be president in 2023. I knew Joe Biden wasn't going to be president no more because the 47 popped up, right, in a big major American event like an NBA Finals. The number 47 pops up. And we was sitting on the 46th president, so I knew 46 was on his way out, 47 was on his way in, and it just happens to be Donald Trump. And then the 47. One more time, man. One more time. I'm sorry.
Message to, have you seen Donald Trump? Do you think he should step in?
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.
What's your
Yeah, they a whole. He couldn't even finish. Ah. I forgot what I was talking about with the 47s, man. But anyway, I forgot where that was leading to. Oh, yeah. So, Skull and Bones, 47 president. I'm like, where's the Yale at? Not where's because it's Yale Skull and Bones is the group, the secret society. All right. Come to find out, JD Vance went to Yale. If you're going to Yale, you're probably going for law. So allegedly, not even allegedly. I'm just saying keep an eye out for this guy because I have no indications that he is in fact Skull and Bones, but I just find it very strange. And, I've been talking about Skull and Bones since 2023, and come to find out the vice president went to Yale, but there's no indications that he is Skull and Bones. All right, so there's that. So all I'm saying is keep an eye out for this guy because he fits the profile. He fits the profile, yeah. Like I've been trying to tell you, I'm telling you. They don't do nothing for no reason. Everything is happening for a reason. There's an explanation behind everything. Even the planes falling down. There's an explanation for that. All right. We seen Trump cuss out Zelensky. There's an explanation for that. All right. I'm showing you they IMBDs to show you that these dudes are actors. All right. So all this stuff has already been planned out. So I gave my prediction, but getting the game for us tonight, man. I apologize because the best I could tell you is that there's going to be an upset. There will be one. It's not going to be a lot. Somebody's getting upset. And right now, if I had to guess, it's between these two teams. It was Portland, but Portland let me down. Not playing their guys. Portland let me down, bro. Okay. I'm trying to think. 73. Okay. Yeah. Utah. Colin Sexton can play. It's not. They're not big underdogs. It might not be a huge underdog win. It might be one of these. 7-point Memphis beats Denver. I could totally see Toronto. As long as they got their best player out there, they could give the Mavs trouble. But I just feel like the Mavs, they've been through so much this year. I'm not gonna pick on the Mavs, man. They need a win. Right? They need a win to make it to the playoffs because it's been a rough season for the Dallas Mavericks, losing Luka like they did. And Utah, man, I really don't care about them. San Antonio and I think the Lakers got it. That might be the upset. While I'm over here being a fan, that might be the money right there. Houston beats LA unsuspectedly because Reed Shepard can ball, and Jalen Green can ball. Cam Whitmore can ball. Jeff Green, he's a veteran. Jock Landale, he's a center. He's a serviceable center. He can play. He can play. So 4-4-1. It'll be a 6-point underdog for Sacramento. Let's just see this right quick. Cause this is a good team right here. This is a good game. This will be a good game right here. The Kings versus the Clippers. 4-4-1. 4-4-1. Because it'll be 40. Their record will be 40 and 41. So we leave the zeros out. So it'll be 4-4-1. 21st square. I don't really trip on squares like that, man. They can have it. They can have it, bro. Yeah, they can have it. One of these teams is going to get upset. What about it? Could be the Pelicans, man. Willie Green can pick up his. No, they're going to lose at 6, right? At 2-1-6. All right. I showed y'all this before. It's going to be 2-1-6. See, if you multiply the triple sixes, 666 is 2-1-6. So I'm pretty sure that's going to hit. See, 21 wins, 60 losses. That'd be 2-1-6. That's all those sixes adding up, multiplied together, 2-1-6. So, yeah, Pelicans. I'm looking at the Pelicans don't have a chance. Washington. Basketball-wise, Washington has a chance. And it's a 16. That's a huge number to be an underdog, 16-point underdog. And if Washington got one game left after this, I don't know. I can't tell. But anyway, we moving on, man. We out of here. All right, y'all, man. Hit somebody, anybody, hit that like button for your brother, man. I appreciate it. I really do. I try to give y'all some value, but there's places you could turn to, but you got to do your own research, man. Do your own research, make your own picks. I'm just This is what I'm rolling with today, and I'm about to look even further into it because I feel like I don't want to leave no money. This is a big slate. Somebody's gonna get upset at, and I don't want to leave no money just sitting there for somebody else to get it. If they giving out money, it might well be us. It might as well be us. I like Washington. I like Detroit. And it's gonna be between Charlotte and Philly. And I got this more research. All right, so yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Please hit that like button for your brother, man. We up out of here. Peace, 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 peace. Oh, X kicked me off. Damn, X. So how y'all feel? I can't see nothing. All right, all right.